Hi, I'm Michael from the DataBytes. Today I want to discuss DBATools, PowerShell for SQL Server. This module is pretty dang awesome. If you're a huge fan of PowerShell and or SQL Server, you're going to love this. Basically, it's a community-driven open source tool that has probably helped thousands of DBAs along their journey to, automate and, you know, better utilize tools to especially open source tools, to fix all their issues. I'm not going to say it's going to do everything for you, but it definitely helps. So let's jump over here. The place you want to go to is DBATools.io. This is, as I mentioned, it is community driven down here, free and open source. Automation is awesome. Lots of votes. Can't go wrong with all that. So whenever you want to download it, you're going to go to the download, and we're not actually going to download it. We're just going to use you can download it. There's a few different methods of install. The one I'm going to show you, and I've already actually done, so it's not going to look as oppressive. Uh, Basically, I'm going to log in to PowerShell ISE, and then I'm going to use install module DBATools. Since this is already on there, it probably will say, hey, we've already had this. Well, it's going to want administrator rights. Well, we're going to do something around this. Since I've already have it on here, I'm not really too worried about it. Scope, current user, and run it. And it's going to probably say, hey, it's not a big deal. Or it's going to say it's a big deal and then have a bunch of red. But it looks like it worked. So let's get rid of this. And now we should be able to see our awesome DBA stuff. So DBA, if I can spell. Disk space, this is probably one of my favorite ones. I use it for remote servers all the time. I need to make sure I have enough space for a restore, or trying to figure out if I need to compress. Hey, we're running out of disk space, and I don't want to jump over to the remote server. And as a DBA, maybe sometimes I don't have access all the time to jump on that remote server, but I do have a little bit of access through here. Uh, so I like to jump on using DBA disk space, or get DBA disk space, if I can say that right. And it's pretty convenient. I'll run it like once. Obviously, if you want to mention computer name, and then I'd put localhost or whatever your server might be. And now that you've got that, you could say, hey, this is 476 gig. Well, whenever you have your sysadmin or your server admin or whoever you might have add space, you can be like, all right, yep, it looks good. Cool. Another cool feature on here is, let's go back over to some of the commands. It's got a whole bunch of commands that you can choose from. Probably more than I'm ever going to use, but I'm glad to know they're out here just in case. We'll do database. So get database. So we'll run over here and say, hey, get database, SQL server, SQL instance, localhost. All right, so now that we've got the get database command running, these are what you will see. Running off of local, it's giving you information like the computer name, the instance name. This is obviously fun. So these are going to be each of the databases. The MSDB, the model. It's got all kinds of fun information about that. Let's see if we can find any other cool ones before we give this up. We can do a backup. We can do export agent ones, look up, find DBA agent job, find DBA database, do some mail. Let's get some Let's see, DBA file growth. I'm not sure what this is going to do. That'll be interesting to see. But this is kind of the cool stuff about the DBA tools is I really don't know most of it. There's a few commands I use pretty common, and alrighty. So now conflict minerals, growth. So it's giving me all my growth size. So is that 60, probably 64K. So this is definitely interesting. The max size is 2 TB. So this has got some pretty cool features in here. Obviously, I'm just jumping around and figure out what looks fun to play with, but please jump in there. And if you've got anything awesome to see, please show it off. I guess that's the best way to put it. Give me any feedback if you like this. If you like this session, I'd like to know if this is something people like to see more of. If not, then we'll try something different. Um, Looking into some PowerShell. I like to do some more database administration work. Um, I obviously love the blockchain stuff. If you guys love any of these videos, please add them in the comments. Let me know what you like, what you don't like, what I can do better. And anyways, you all have a good one.